Hey everyone, I'm Northern Explorer. In today's video, I'm going to be building this kitchen cabinet for my four-wheel camper Hawk Shell. I have exactly 23 3/4 inches of space to work with underneath this bed rail, which will give me just enough room to put my refrigerator in here. I think that's gonna work. So I got the frame of the cabinet moved into the camper, and my original idea was just to do a test fitting and then to continue building this in my basement. But it was a little bit of a hassle to get it in here, so I think it's in here permanently now. So I'm going to attach it to the existing structure of the camper with carriage bolts. So a little bit of storage down below. This is going to be a drawer, and then this is going to be the shelf for the inverter. And I have holes drilled in for the inverter wire to eventually feed its way over to the battery. So the furnace has the vent on the side, which is going to be trapped inside of this cabinet. So the face of the cabinet that I'm making has vents built into it. I can always add a third vent if I feel that I need to, but that's where this will vent to. So the next thing I'm doing is installing these slam latches. I just did a little test fitting right here. This pretty closely matches what 4-wheel campers uses on the battery box, so it'll look pretty close. I did make one mistake when ordering these. I ordered it for a 3/4 inch thick piece of wood, plywood. My doors are only a 1/2 inch thick, so I could have went to the hardware store and bought new screws. I just used some washers as a spacer. So basically you need to drill a 2-inch hole. I got a hole saw, and you got to get the placement of the hole very precise for the latch to catch. So after measuring 50 times and making up a little demo model here, I think I got the positioning just right. So I'm gonna drill that now. That. Three extra washers for spacing. And I'm putting that on backwards. Okay. Take 2, and I got that on correctly. So hopefully I got everything in the right spot. I don't think it's too close to anything. So I just got to attach the part that it latches to on the inside of the cabinet, which should be pretty easy. I just got to do a light sanding job before the final coat of polyurethane, and then I can reassemble it. Phase 1 of my kitchen cabinet is finally complete. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I got the slam latches installed. I used 1/2-inch maple plywood for the facing. I used 2x2 for the framing, 2x2 oak for the bottom portion of the frame so that this section that overhangs won't flex at all, and the whole thing is built on top of 3/4-inch plywood. It's attached to the base using 6 carriage bolts. It is not attached to the wall, the side wall, or the front wall. In fact, the front wall I have quite a bit of space to allow for venting for the refrigerator. These are vents for the furnace that's on the other side of here. So we got a good amount of storage, which is going to be somewhat used up with the water system once I install that. And a drawer. I didn't use drawer slides or anything. This is the most basic drawer you'll ever see, but it looks pretty good. And I went with the theme of the screws with the kind of decorative heads on them, like 4-wheel campers typically use, so it kind of matches. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. So I have a little ways to go. 65-liter refrigerators going here, oak countertop on top, 2 levels, high enough for the refrigerator, and then dropping down to the original stove height over here. Putting in an inverter, sink, and I gotta do all the plumbing yet. So that is more or less what it looks like. Here's the little space over here that's just big enough to tuck the curtain in. That's it for this one. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.